6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj, assisted by Sanjaya and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The entertainment tax on local cinema waived off for 2 years. Sri Lanka witnesses another 8 deaths from COVID-19. Sri Lanka reports 283 more COVID-19 infections yesterday. The Health Ministry requests the Hindu devotees to celebrate Thai Pongal following the health guidelines. The government has initiated a work plan to purchase the paddy harvest from the farmers during this Maha season. Capitol riots, FBI warnings amid fears of more pro-Trump violence. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has decided to waive off the entertainment tax on the Sri Lankan cinema industry for the years 2021 and 2022. The Prime Minister's office stated that the Premier took the decision considering the requests made to him by industry professionals in the country. Accordingly, the relevant ministries have granted permission to waive off the entertainment tax from Sri Lankan cinema during 2021 to 2022, covering the whole island. In addition, the entertainment tax on the cinema industry will be lowered to 7.5% from 2023 onwards. Up until now, the entertainment tax on cinema varied for each local government from 5% up to 25%. However, under the new decision, the entertainment tax will be made uniform throughout the country. J.J. Ratnasiri, the Secretary to the Ministry of Public Services, Provincial Councils and Local Government, and Professor Kapila Gunawardena, the Secretary to the Ministry of Buddha Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, have given their approval for this decision yesterday. The total count of COVID-19 fatalities in Sri Lanka has gone up as 8 more deaths were confirmed by the Director General of Health Services yesterday. On January 6th, a 52-year-old prison inmate succumbed to COVID-19-related pneumonia upon admittance to the Valikanda Prison Hospital. A 61-year-old male from Rajagiriya passed away on January 7th upon admittance to a private hospital in Colombo. The cause of death has been determined as COVID-19 pneumonia and severe diabetic conditions. Meanwhile, 2 COVID-19 infected persons passed away on January 8th. One of them is a 45-year-old male from Mattakulia. He passed away at the Colombo National Hospital from COVID-19-related pneumonia. The other victim is a 36-year-old female from Colombo 12 who had succumbed to COVID-19 pneumonia and epilepsy. She had died upon admittance to the Colombo National Hospital. 3 persons have died of COVID-19-related causes on January 10th. One among them is a 51-year-old man from Colombo 14. He had been transferred to the Homagama Base Hospital from the Colombo National Hospital upon being diagnosed as a COVID-19 patient. The cause of death is known to be COVID-19 pneumonia. A 70-year-old female receiving treatment at the Kalutara Hospital had been transferred to the Homagama Base Hospital upon identification as a coronavirus patient. The resident of the Bandaragama area died of COVID-19 pneumonia and a worsened kidney disease. The other victim is a 67-year-old man from Kalutara South who also had been transferred from the Kalutara Hospital to the Infectious Diseases Hospital IDH in Angoda. He died from COVID-19 pneumonia and blood poisoning. A 57-year-old man from the Kartankudi area has died from COVID-19 pneumonia and blood poisoning. He had been transferred from the Batikalo Teaching Hospital to the Vakanda Base Hospital after testing positive for COVID-19. Accordingly, the fatality count of Sri Lanka from the novel coronavirus has moved to 240 cases. The Government Information Department reports that 283 more persons have tested positive for COVID-19, increasing yesterday's tally of fresh cases to 568 thus far. The total number of positive cases reported from the Minuwangoda, Paligoda and prisons clusters so far stands at 45,186. The total number of COVID-19 cases reported in the country has increased to 48,949, while total recoveries are currently at 42,091. Presently, a total of 6,626 patients infected with the virus are under medical care. Sri Lanka so far has witnessed a total of 240 deaths from the coronavirus. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Save your card with a balance transfer facility from People's Bank. More details at peoplesbank.lk.
The Health Ministry requests the Hindu devotees to celebrate Thai Pongal following the health guidelines. The Thai Pongal day falls on this Thursday. The head of the Prevention of Diseases unit of the ministry, Specialist Dr. Sudat Samarveera, also requested the devotees to limit their movements as much as possible during this day. Wearing of face masks and social distancing are the main important guidelines which should be followed during the festive season. Thereby, Dr. Samarveera requests the public to follow these guidelines without fail. The government has initiated a work plan to purchase the paddy harvest from the farmers during this Maha season. Accordingly, the process will commence today in the Ampara and Monoragra districts. The paddy storing activities in the Ampara and Akkarepattu warehouse will commence at 3:30 p.m. today. Minister Mahindananda Aluskamage and State Minister Shashendra Rajapaksa will be present at this occasion. It is expected that around 2.8 million metric tons of paddy will be yielded during this season. The Secretary to the Ministry of Education, Professor Kapila Pereira, says the turnout of students and teachers yesterday was up to a satisfactory level. The first term of the school activities recommenced yesterday at island-wide locations except for those in the Western Province and in the isolated areas. It is reported that the turnout of students has been around 51% yesterday. Meanwhile, Education Minister G.L. Pires said that all schools have been disinfected and all healthcare systems have been put in place so that parents can send their children to schools without any fear. He was speaking at a press conference held at the Water's Edge in Colombo yesterday. He said about 95% of schools in the country, except for those in the Western Province and in the isolated areas, were reopened yesterday. A few schools in several areas remain closed due to the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic, the minister said. Minister Pires said he spoke to all 9 provincial directors regarding the opening of schools last Sunday, adding that school committees also conduct daily reviews of students' attendance and school status. The minister added that guidelines for principals, students and parents have been issued and health promotion committees at schools will monitor the situation. That's local news.
Save your card with a balance transfer facility from People's Bank. Transfer the balance of another credit card to a People's Bank credit card with the lowest interest rate. More details at www.peoplesbank.lk.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddha Lepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddha Lepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Deputy General Manager of Railways, V.S. Polvattage, says a few trains which were suspended due to the corona outbreak have resumed their services. Train services on the main lines, the Coastal Line, the Kalani Valley and the Northern Lines have returned to normalcy.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddha Lepa.
And now in Watchlight, consumers complain about the price hikes of certain essential goods. Some errant traders have increased the prices arbitrarily. They say the price hike is done due to various reasons, including transport costs and unnecessary overheads due to the COVID-19 situation. As a result, low-income families are affected. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority. When inquired, the CAA official said some errant traders increased prices during the festive season. The CAA has identified such traders and proper legal action will be taken against them, the CAA added.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Capitol riots, FBI warnings amid fears of more pro-Trump violence. California prison breaks, 6 inmates on run after improvised rope escape. Twitter deletes China embassy Xinjiang emancipation tweet. The FBI is warning of the possibility of armed protests being held across the US in the days before Joe Biden is sworn in as president. There are reports of armed groups planning to gather at all 50 state capitals and in Washington, D.C. in the run-up to his 20th January inauguration. The fears come as security plans are hardened for the event itself. On Monday, Mr. Biden told reporters he was not afraid to take the oath of office outside of the US Capitol. 6 inmates are on the run after breaking out of a California jail in the United States over the weekend using an improvised rope. Dozens of investigators are searching the region looking for them. Law enforcement officials warned the public that they should be considered armed and dangerous. One of them was being held on a murder charge. The jailbreak happened late on Saturday night, according to Merced County Sheriff Vernon Wonker. Twitter has deleted a post from China's US embassy which claimed Uyghur women had had their minds emancipated by their policies in Xinjiang. The post linked to an article by state-run media which claimed women were no longer baby-making machines due to action on alleged religious extremism. Beijing is alleged to have forced many Uyghur women to be sterilized or fitted with contraceptive devices, apparently to control population growth. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Capitol riots, FBI warnings amid fears of more pro-Trump violence. California prison breaks, 6 inmates on run after improvised rope escape. Twitter deletes China embassy Xinjiang emancipation tweet.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And now in development news, the Colombo stock market has shown a 5% growth during the last few weeks. Total inflow transactions worth 330 million rupees were carried out during the last few days. The SPI All Share Price Index has shown an increase up to 7109.53 last week. This indicates an increasing trend on the stock exchange in local markets. That was development news, and now in sports news. In cricket, 70 test innings in, Nirosham Dickwella is still hunting for that big one. Way back in 2014, when he had barely graduated from the under-19 team, Dickwella began his test career with a sparkling 72 off 116 balls against a South Africa attack featuring Dale Steyn, Mon Merkel and Vernon Philander. But there have been only 15 half-centuries so far, reflected in an overall average of 30.65 and third place on the list of most runs in tests without reaching these figures. Following several years of improvement with gloves, Dickwella is now considered by many to be the best wicket-keeper in the country. With Sri Lanka recently having batted him at number 6 instead of number 7, Dickwella hopes improvements in batting output are on the horizon too. Now Dickwella has become the permanent wicket-keeper batsman in the Sri Lankan Test squad. That was sports news. And now in business news, DEMO, one of Sri Lanka's leading conglomerates, continued its remarkable winning run in integrated reporting as it took home the overall winner award for the 6th consecutive year at the recently concluded 2020 edition of the prestigious CMA Excellence in Integrated Reporting Awards, organized by the Institute of Certified Management Accountants. In addition to this main award of the evening, DEMO also won the special award for Best Concise Integrated Report, award for the 10 Best Integrated Reports, and a special award for Integrated Thinking.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The recent rating downgrade would not have any negative impact on expansion plans of the bank, said country manager Bank of China Colombo branch Wang Shuang. He said that they have plans to open a second branch in Hambantota, but due to the pandemic, these plans are now on hold. In an exclusive interview with local media, he said that the downgrade will not have much impact on our bank's expansion plan in Sri Lanka, and they will continue to follow the bank's existing risk preferences while cooperating with target customers.
Hello, Puta, did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showery weather over the northern and eastern provinces is expected to continue further. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the northern, eastern, north central, Uva and central provinces. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in these provinces as well. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere after 1 p.m. today. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places. However, showers may occur in the southern coastal areas during the morning too. Wind speeds can increase up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour at times over the northern and north central provinces. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The entertainment tax on local cinema waived off for 2 years. Sri Lanka witnesses another 8 deaths from COVID-19. Sri Lanka reports 283 more COVID-19 infections yesterday. The Health Ministry requests the Hindu devotees to celebrate Thai Pongal following health guidelines. The government has initiated a work plan to purchase the paddy harvest from the farmers during this Maha season. Capitol riots, FBI warnings amid fears of more pro-Trump violence. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your host as always on a Tuesday morning, Soundhi Thavam on the other side in yellow and black today like a yellow bird. Over to you, Soundhi.
Thank you very much, Mario. That was our coolest cucumber friend, MW. And well, let me wish you a lovely day ahead. Enjoy your breakfast. It's 2 minutes past 7.
More than just news, Behind the News, a brand new program featuring events from behind the news on Radio Sri Lanka.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has announced that it will extend the suspension of perpetual treasuries business by another 6 months. The business of perpetual treasuries has been suspended. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has decided to suspend the trading activities of perpetual treasuries for the first time on 6th of July 2017. On February 27, 2015, the Central Bank conducted an in-depth audit of the bank accounts of purchasing treasury in connection with the fraudulent issuance of central bank bonds. Former Central Bank Governor Arjun Mahendran and Perpetual Treasuries owner Arjuna Aloysius were among 10 people indicted in the permanent 3-member High Court in connection with the bond fraud. According to the Attorney General's Department, the Attorney General had sought the permission of the Chief Justice in this regard. One allegation is conspiracy to fraudulent disburse treasury bonds worth 10,058 million rupees at the bond auction on January 27, 2015. In addition, all defendants have been charged with misappropriation under Article 5 of the Public Property Act in support of it. Arjun Mahendran has been charged with causing a loss of over 10.08 billion rupees. There are 23 indictments against them.
Behind the News was scripted and produced by Anjana Leonaracci on Radio Sri Lanka.
Well, you're tuned to Radio Sri Lanka. It's moving on to 4 minutes after 7, and it's a time for a change in voice, because Sharifa Tahir is here in the studio, going to take over and keep you company for the next 3 hours. So this is your presenter, Soundhi, thanking you for your company from 5 in the morning. Signing off, wishing you a lovely day. Loads and loads of love from me to you.